Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Leroy here, and we're here for another walkthrough. Today I want to do something a little different, something I never tried before, but I want to show you guys my thought process on how I created the image, and I was super excited about a session I recently had with the local volleyball team. The gym was a little suspect when I walked in. I had played pickup basketball there before, but I never really had a photo shoot in there, so I was a little nervous about it. I wanted to get there early. They actually do their teams in the 7th grade team and an 8th grade team. It's a private school, and we were actually photographing the 8th grade team that day. Long story short, the coach was a person I had photographed when she was in high school. She remembered her experience, and she wanted to have us come out, and a lot of the parents had requested us, so we were there, me engaged to knock out this shoot. So, got to the gym early, like I said before, and noticed that they had some really cool lights, and it's golden hour. We're stuck inside. They had windows, 2 special windows like in the top corner of the gyms, just to let in natural light. So I guess when the church was built, since it's a Catholic school, when the church was built, maybe the light didn't have the best lighting, so they put in some skylights on the sides around the walking track above the gym. So got to the gym, noticed the cool lighting. I know the girls were anticipating something over the top. They wanted lights, they wanted cameras, they wanted smoke and gels and all that stuff. So I was thinking to myself, how am I gonna pull this off when we got this hard light coming through the back? Even though it's golden hour, it's still coming through the back and it's looking kind of interesting. So what we ended up doing is, I'll show you one of the photos, and I'll actually show you guys how I would finalize the final edit. So I'm gonna pop in right here and bring this photo into Photoshop real quick for you guys to check out. Let me see right here. We'll go with this one. This is actually one of the ones I really love the most. Let me let it load real quick. Okay, got it. So this was one option. I believe we had another option with this one. And this was one. So this is kind of what it looked like when I didn't get my subject directly behind the sun. We were getting a lot of ghosting, a lot of glaring, and that was kind of messing up the photo in my opinion. It was making it look too overexposed and just not proper. So we're not gonna edit one of those. So I really do love this photo right here. So let's do a little bit of work on this one just to see how it looks after it's done. So I don't know about you guys, but I typically like to work in Photoshop whenever I'm doing a single edit. For batch editing or anything like that, I'll normally stay in the platform of Adobe as well, but I would just be in Lightroom. So as you can see, I'm here in Camera Raw, got my image in. I normally like to start with auto just to see what happens. That's not too bad, so we'll start with that. For what I'm seeing right now is the back of the image. It's somewhat too lit. I feel like it's distracting because we got glare over here from that. We got some stuff in here, probably HVAC. I don't mind the rafters. The rafters aren't bad to me. It kind of lets you know, hey, they're in a gymnasium. It looks cool. I'm kind of getting a little bit of environment. And then we got smoke in the back. And what's illuminating the smoke is actually atmosphere aerosol in the can. You guys seen it, use it all the time. They're one of our partners, or somebody who partners with us, and we really enjoy working with them and sharing content that we create with their products. Whoa! Hey, oh my goodness. Oh, this video is brought to you by Atmosphere Aerosol. That's why we use it, because it's so awesome. Do I get 3 wishes or something now? So, as you can see, we're in this gym. We got the Atmosphere Aerosol on the back, so everything's looking super smooth, super cool. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna grab that background, because in Camera Raw, it's kind of, I don't know if the word's unilateral or whatever, but the platforms kind of have a lot of similarity. So when I select the background, it's so easy to get a mask on it now. It's just a 1 click. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna bring that background down just so it's not so shiny. I'm gonna throw my shadows down a little bit, bring my blacks down. Blacks is a little bit too much. Pop my whites just a hair. I can go in and play with temperature, if I want it to be more cool to kind of match her clothes. I think that kind of looks nice, or I can go uber warm. So for this image, I think it actually looks better with a little coolness to the back because it kind of goes with her outfit, if that makes sense. So we'll do that. Let's see what we can do with hue saturation. You can do all kind of kooky stuff with that. We're not gonna mess with that today. I'm gonna saturate it just a little bit to give me more of that blue vibe. So it looks like the image is kind of more tailored together, if that makes sense. So we got that. Sorry guys, the HVAC here just came on, so you got a little bit of background noise. I'll do my best to get rid of it in post, but I think you guys will get the gist of what's happening. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with this background, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. Let's see, let me go back to my other one. And then I'm looking at my subject now, and she looks like she's a little off. So I'm actually gonna go back. I'm gonna add a new mask. I'm gonna select my subject on this one because she's looking like she doesn't fit the scene, and I'm gonna cool her off just a hair, just so it's a little bit more cohesive. I haven't done it too much. I don't want her skin to look super blue, but I do want her to match the scene, if that makes sense. Okay, so we got her matched in pretty good. So we're gonna go back to this. I'm liking the way it's looking. This is our before shot. This is our after. Before, after, it's looking pretty good. So what I like to do next is, I'll see what it looks like if I add just a little small, gentle contrast curve. So I'm gonna go to the curves layer, make a curves adjustment. I'm gonna click on the second one so I can get a linear curve, and I'm just gonna do a medium. When I click medium, it just gives it that little pop. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me do it again. When I click linear, just medium contrast curve, it just gives it a little bit more pop. So I'm loving that. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up in Photoshop. Let me get a little zoom in and make sure it looks good. Okay, we got a little bit of flyaways we'll probably address, but for the most part, this looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna open this photo up, check it out. In Photoshop, I'm filling everything. I'm gonna look on the face, see if there's anything I need to address. She's got a couple bobos. It's no big deal, it's normal, completely normal for someone. I'll just move this little patch tool, get rid of this little birthmark. She's got a little bit going on here. And I'm not super heavy-handed in Photoshop. I'm more like gonna just do the main things that need to get done, you know, because I don't want my client looking crazy. But if it's not gonna be there in a week, I usually like to try to address it, just to be, you know, just to enhance it just a little bit. I'm not big on skin smoothing and skin softening. I like people to look like they actually look. Like I said before, I only do it if it's 100% necessary. So we got that done. I'm gonna hit a little bit on this area. And this has got some shadow to it, so I gotta kind of be careful where I move and how I move. Yep, still going in. Boop, got it. Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm going a little bit closer. Good tack sharpness as well in this image. So I use the Canon, I believe I shot this with the Canon R6. I'm either shooting Canon R5 or R6 when I'm photographing. So, and I'm working on a RAW file right now. If you can see, it says CR3 right here. So I normally shoot all my stuff in RAW, and then I'll come back and do an edit on it, if that makes sense. So looking good. I'm gonna zoom out. And this little orange hair is kind of looking weird, so I'm gonna grab this is just the stamp tool, as you guys can see. I'm on the stamp tool right there. I'm gonna sample. I'm gonna just dab right here. I'm gonna start working on this hair. Just kind of get some of those flyaways off. And then what I'm noticing is my opacity is good. I'm gonna tone it down just a hair because it's looking like a helmet. So yeah, I'm gonna move this. And I'm actually gonna turn off a line sample because I just wanna stay in this spot when I'm clearing those hairs off. You can just use the same spot. Okay, and then what I'm noticing is I need to turn my opacity up because nothing's happening. There we go, moving around now. Just gonna try to get as much of that little glow off as possible without giving her a crazy haircut. I like to use, when I know I'm gonna be working in one area, I typically like to just stick within a line sample. So like when I come right here, I gotta move because the smoke layer, obviously. This light's gonna be kind of tricky, so I'm gonna zoom this down. And for the hair, the super wild hairs, I just normally grab like the Band-Aid tool, the spot healer, make it a little smaller. Come on in right here. And Photoshop is really good at getting like big ones like this now. It used to not be so good, but now it's amazing. Now let's see how good it does right here as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. Zoom in a little closer. And what's making these hairs show up so much is the backlighting. So the backlighting behind the photo, that's what makes the hairs really shine a lot, because obviously it's edge lighting. So I'm gonna go back for the stamp tool right here. And you guys can see the haze is kind of in the back. Keep hitting right there. Keep hitting right there. For this light, I'm gonna go back to my Band-Aid tool, just because I feel like that's gonna be the easiest way to get it all matched up. I'm using the bracket keys to increase and decrease the size of my thing, my selector, and this is doing really good. Okay, zoom out. I'm gonna go back to my clone stamp tool, grab some smoke up here, zoom in just so I can see. So you can see these hairs, they look naturally like dark. They look dark because no light is hit behind them, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna keep fanning through. I'm gonna keep just knocking down some of those flyaways. I'm gonna move my sample to this side. I'm just trying to stay a little bit consistent. And you can see right there, it looked a little dark. So that's telling me I need to come in a little bit. And then I'm gonna shrink this down again. Like I said, I'm using the bracket keys. And a lot of people edit with the Wacom. I'm actually traveling right now, so I am using the trackpad actually for this one. And then you can see that one looked a little messed up. Boom, I'm gonna come in a little closer. I'm gonna just hit right here. I'm still on that clone stamp tool. Okay. I'm gonna hit these last few. I'm gonna try these with the Band-Aid tool. I think it's the healing tool. I'm just gonna hit this one, boop. Bam. I'm gonna go right here, kind of sloppy. Oh, did pretty good to say I was doing so sloppy. Boom. Okay, I need to go back to my clone stamp option. Boom. Oh, it looks good, that smoke. Oops. And sometimes I'm tapping in spots I don't need to. That's all good. Now, if I don't pick up the mouse, the align sample will stay. So right here, I'm seeing some patterns. So I'm actually gonna go to here. I'm gonna grab my patch tool. The patch tool I like to use if I'm starting to see like repetition when I'm using the clone stamp. Right here, you can see 3 repetitions. Your eyes naturally like to see 3 things. So if you see 3 things, you start to notice, hey, something happened here. So obviously I'm seeing 2 sets of 3 here. So I'm gonna just circle this whole bit right here. And I'm just gonna drag it over here. And now it's gonna just smooth it out. It looks good. So I really like where this edit has went. I feel like it was super simple. I did talk about this glare back here. It's kind of gone, but we'll go ahead and knock it off. So I'm just gonna circle this one. I'm gonna do generative fill on this. Generative fill, I love that. I don't have to talk to you guys about generative fill. You already know what that is. So if you wanna know more about it, just put in YouTube. You'll find a million videos on it. But I'm gonna use it. I'm not even gonna direct it. I'm just gonna tell it to do its thug thizzle. And it's way faster now since I got my Mac M3. It's like crazy how fast it was. How slow it used to be compared to what it is now. So boom. Didn't really do much. Gave me 3 options, let's see. It left it in there, okay. I don't think I really like that. I think it just kind of didn't fix it, but I'll leave it on there. I'll go with that one. I'm gonna do a circle again, and I'm just gonna slide. So I'm just gonna use the patch tool. Boom, done. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this image is good to go. Oh, one more thing I'm gonna do. Let's see, I usually do this in Camera Raw, so I'll go back to Camera Raw. I go to camera raw and I like to add like a gradient on the floor, just so our eyes are not staring a linear gradient staring at the floor, because sometimes the floor is the brightest spot. We need to be looking at her face. I'm gonna add just a little bit of dark on there, darken it down, bring down the highlights a little bit, add some blacks. Yeah. Okay, I don't need to mess with any color grading. So guys, you can see this is our final image. This is our final image. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that was helpful. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of videos. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share that love, turn on your notifications bell so you can see when I post content. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you guys later. Peace.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching that last video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot of great things. If you have questions, put them in the comments below as usual. So I want to give you guys an update on what we got going on. So I will be speaking at the following conferences starting in January. I'll be at SPAC in Las Vegas. That's going to be at the end of January. You can find the dates here, which Elijah will put. And then also we'll be speaking at Imaging USA in Louisville. That's the day for that conference. And then we'll also be speaking at Sync in Orlando. And I'm super excited about Sync. Sync is the first conference that reached out to me. I went there several years back. Darty is just amazing. So I'm super excited for Sync, which will be in February. You can find the dates here as well. So can't wait to see you guys in person. We're also working on some workshops that we're gonna have possibly in the Lake Charles area. If you want to travel in, we give you guys all the specifics to spend some time with us and learn a little bit more about photography and how we do it, just a little bit more in depth. So stay tuned. Visit LeroyTatamy.com to see more information about upcoming workshops that we're going to actually host at our studio. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, stay cool, be good. If you can't be good, then be careful.